30 years have since passed, and while a whole lot has changed, the song remains the same. The Wolf still rocks.
Hey there, it's Brian Ellis, morning show host, 101.5 The Wolf. We continue our video series celebrating the Wolf's 30th birthday. We launched the radio station February 14th, 1992, and this lady was there from the get-go. We
I
say
know, I
hello
was
to
1 year old.
I know, it's crazy. You were doing an on-air show at 1 year old.
Crazy.
Norma Green, great to chat with you. Thanks for
Huh?
doing this.
No problem. What a great time. I can't believe 30 years have passed.
I know, 30 years. And you think back to you were doing evenings
Yeah.
on the Wolf. I was doing afternoons. And think back to that night of the launch and how great that was. February 14th, 92. We were at a bar in Peterborough's North End on Chemong Road at 6 p.m. Incredible.
There were so many people there just waiting to see what this big secret was. I remember that night like it was yesterday. I
Yep.
still have pictures from that night. It was the most exciting, well, one of the most exciting nights of my life. I am married, so I should say that too.
Yeah, so yeah, be careful. And I've been talking with a lot of former staff during this video series, and I think you and I are both very fortunate that we were in with the Wolf on the ground floor to just experience how that station built itself over the years, and the fan base right from the get-go is incredible.
I think any rock station has that, but ours was something a little more special that, in all honesty, in all the formats and all the stations I've gone to, I've never quite experienced since then, because maybe it's Peterborough's just kind of got that family hometown feel. I don't know, but there's something different about the Wolf when I was there, and I really miss those days.
Yeah. So prior to the Wolf, you were in Peterborough working with us and at 980 checks.
Mhm.
And prior to moving to Peterborough, where did you come from?
I was in Quebec where I did Sherbrooke and CKTS and K900.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So you made the move to Peterborough, and then you and I were both fortunate enough to get picked to move over to the Wolf side. When you think about your time, doing the evening show on the Wolf, going out to events, is there something that sort of sticks out for you as a highlight?
The launch to me,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all of the events were amazing, Brian, but
Mhm.
the launch to me, just having all those people there when we launched it, because I still remember when the Wolf howl came out and everyone just kind of looked around and went, "What the heck is that?"
Yeah.
And then the Wolf and John Badham. I mean, that voice, there's not a better voice that we could have picked to be our voice for the Wolf. And I missed that guy so much. But
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
it was just
absolutely.
that night still gives me chills. Everybody that was there, guys from Glass Tiger, guys from Haywire, all the record reps were in town. We had all the Wolf vehicles outside. We had all the Wolf jackets. I still have my original jacket. I will not part with it. It's
Yeah,
just
good. Yeah.
such an amazing night that was.
And remember the spotlights. We had these spotlights
Oh,
out front too, right?
yeah.
So no matter where you were in the city, you could all of a sudden you could just see these lights and something was going on. And I remember the billboards that it was like a teaser campaign that was going. And the one billboard I think just had like two eyes, which was wolf eyes. And there were commercials on checks, and that was the for me, it was the build up to the Wolf, and everybody in town was saying, what's coming? What is this? What is this? What's happening?" And then when they found out and we launched the Wolf, boy, was that an experience. So you were with us. How long were you with us at the Wolf? I can't recall.
Couple of years anyway.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
all right. And then from the Wolf, where are you now? I guess
I
you're
moved
in
to St.
Ottawa.
Catharines for a little
St.
bit, and then
Yep.
I've been in Ottawa since, well, the year Wayne Gretzky retired in 1999, so I've been
Okay.
here ever since, yeah.
Yeah, and you're doing radio in Ottawa, which is fantastic.
Mhm.
Do you still keep in touch with some of the former staff at all? I know Bob Harris was a guy that was the guy that sort of launched that radio station. Bob and Jeff Brown, and just a great crew back then.
We had the best bunch because we weren't just coworkers, we were friends and family. We hung out outside the station all the time. We went to each other's houses. So we were like family. And that's the kind of thing that I kind of miss because we had that. But yeah, I do keep in touch with Bob and I keep in touch with Jeff, Scott Haynes. I mean,
Mhm.
who else? I mean, Teresa Kashuba, who was our promotions gal,
Yeah.
all of those great people. Like, it was so amazing times.
Yeah, and and I think back to some of the places that we had events or that we hung out in. One of them for me, O'Toole's, which is
Yeah.
Lansdowne Street. It was a it recently it was a Chinese food restaurant. I don't think it's that anymore. I think it's closed right now, but near Chapters in Peterborough, and we spent a lot of time there too. In fact, you DJ'd as well at O'Toole's, like I did.
Yeah, I think we all kind of got a little start in there thanks to Kevin Ross, if I believe
Kevin
correctly.
Ross.
Yeah.
Kevin Ross. Yep, yep. So yeah, it's just hard to believe as we look back at the Wolf and 30 years. Uh, do you? It's I don't think that we'll ever see a station launched like that again, because radio has changed so much, and I think we were all very fortunate to be in for the beginning of it.
Not to mention that you're still there since the beginning, and that's pretty amazing too in this business.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Yes, yes. It's great. And this has been a great video series, chatting with folks like yourself and staff that were there in the beginning and then staff that have been along for the ride. So, personally for you, I know that you're married and things are going well. So I'm happy to hear that you're still in radio and loving radio.
Who doesn't love radio? It's music. You have fun. You go to shows, and you just get to never grow up, which is amazing.
Absolutely.
One,
Uh,
one event I do remember now that I think about it was
yeah,
it Havelock that we went to, or we all had there was bands there from the Harem Scarum and all those guys, and we all just hung out and had a great time.
Havelock. Yep.
Yeah.
And we had a
It was pouring rain. John Eaton was there. Like, we were all just so enjoying the music and we didn't care.
It was the Great Canadian Rock and Roll Weekend, and it
Yes.
was Havelock, and we had a Wolf RV. And I remember, so one quick story. I remember Brent Quartermain was Labatt rep, and I remember he dropped off. I don't know how many cases of beer for us at this RV, and he said, "Here's a ton of beer. Enjoy. I'll be back later after I've done my rounds and have a beer with you guys." Well, everybody kept coming by the Wolf trailer, and we had people stopping in. We were giving out, beers, and we were drinking beers. And he came to the end of the night. We had no beer left. he goes, "I'll grab a beer," and we're like, "Well, we would give you one if there was any, but we're gone. We're out." So the next morning, he had to go get us some more. So
That explains why I don't remember that night as well as I probably should.
exactly, exactly. Norma Green, thanks so much for taking time to chat. It was fantastic, and good to see you.
Good to see you too, and happy 30 years.
Thank you so much. All right. Cheers.
Cheers.